What's going on, everybody? I am Bolt Matrix, and today we are taking a look at some Cyberworld figures. I picked each of these up at my local Target. There was also the giant Scorponok, but I decided not to pass on that because that was $60. Each one of these figures was $9 a piece, which honestly I think is too high, but there's nothing I can do about that. We have Optimus Prime, Dinobot Snarl, Megatron, and Sky-byte. I have to give the creators of these figures credit. They are very colorful and are quite good to feel in the hand. They definitely lack some, we'll get into it. And otherwise, I love the look of them, especially Sky-byte and Megatron. I mean, come on, Megatron as a raging bull, the same color as Noctoro from Beast Wars? How can you not love it? Now, these Cyberchangers are on the small side. You can see we've got Deluxe Hot Rod and Vortex here to give you an idea on the size. They're roughly Commander class size. And by roughly, I mean like they're a whole head taller. Really kind of more of a Legends class size. See, roughly Legends class. Prime looks really good. I love the red, the white, and the blue. It all pops. Yeah, he's got hollow legs. I freaking forgive it. The overall aesthetic of the figure is good. And as of the recording of this video, episode 3 of Cyberworld has appeared on YouTube. Poseability is pretty okay. Poseability is not great, though. Head doesn't move at all. Shoulders are on a ball joint. The arm is one solid piece, which I hate. And legs can kick forward. They can't kick back at all. But they do have a 90-degree bend at the leg. So, kind of Power Ranger-esque, slightly. It does look good, though. Snarl also looks really good. I love the coloring. It's more of a Junkion look than anything else. Love the bright red shoulder spike here going on. Poseability, again, is limited. Head doesn't move. Ball joint in the shoulder. Solid arm. Bend at the hip, bend at the knee, is over 90 degrees for the transformation, no torso articulation. And every time I pick it up, he has a tendency to fall forward. That's just because of the transformation. And then he's got a bright silver tail for whacking and stabbing things. You really can't store the weapon anywhere except on his butt. Or up on the back, I guess. And there are 5mm ports on the forearms of both arms, and then 2 5mm ports on his back. And I forgot to mention on Prime, there's only one 5mm port on his back, not on his arms. Megatron is the same story. I do love the look of the thing. 5mm port on the shoulders, 5mm port on the forearms, 1 5mm port on the back. Head doesn't move, ball joint in the arm. Same poseability as Snarl for the transformation. His weapon is this battle axe sword shield thing. It's so weird. He's got this big old battle axe here, and then if he doesn't like you, he can also use it as a sword. Just really, really weird. It's just odd. Seriously, a bull Megatron. That is so weird. We've never had that before, but I'm here for it. And then finally we have Sky-byte, and he's a very, very dapper dude. Same poseability as the others. There is this claw in the front, or is one arm, it pops off. There's a 5mm port underneath, 5mm port on the back of the head and on the keister, 2 5mm ports on the right hand, 2 on the left. Legs, same poseability, except there's a ball joint in this as opposed to hinge joints. So, yeah, definitely the skinniest of the bunch. And mine has a tendency to fall over if you put both arms out because of how top-heavy he is with the arms. Also, every time I move the arms, I end up moving the chest a bit. It doesn't lock into place, which I really wish it did. Because of the limited articulation, these are the best poses that I've been able to pull off with these figures. They're not bad, but they are definitely stiff. The thing that I really dislike about all of them is the lack of arm movement or arm poseability. And Prime really should be coming with a weapon. In episode 3, he gets his axe, so there is that. But I would have loved to have a weapon. That would be really nice. He can use any of the other weapons, though. Otherwise, they're okay. All right, transformation time. For Prime, start out by snapping the legs so they're pointed forward. Then there is this peg on his butt. That will peg into these slots that are coming off the back, or these slots that are coming off the back of the thighs. And once you get them out, they aren't the easiest to get back in. Then we smush the legs together, grab the front of the chest, flip that all the way up, Grab the entire backpack, flip that down along the back. Then you can close the head up, fold the arms in, and just before you do that, kind of collapse the legs a little bit, and then fold the arms in, and they will peg together and peg into place. And that's pretty much the truck mode. Oh, whoops, forgot to peg the forearm bits into the crotch. Come on. There we go. Now we're done. Next up is Snarl. Straighten out the legs, put the arms down, remove the weapon, come to the backpack or the back and fold up the Stegosaurus bits. Take the entire front of the figure and the shoulders and fold that forward. That'll kind of auto-transform the head for you. Then take the legs and fold them up like this, and they will peg into place. And then we can peg in the tail and peg in the arms just underneath the armpits, and we're done. Got ourselves a little Stegosaurus. Next up is Megatron. Remove the battle axe, and we're going to do the same thing for his transformation that we did for Snarl. Put him in a static pose, grab the bullhead, fold that all the way forward, and it'll snap into place. Push the arms together. I keep wanting to take the fists and rotate them, but they don't turn. Next for the legs, combine the feet together, and then they both fold up, and there is a slot right where my thumb is that they will peg into. And then take your battle axe and peg it into the little hole that is back here and into the bottom of the figure's feet, like that. And that will slide back into that hole a little bit, and we're done. I would have loved to have been able to turn the fists to actually make it look like he has hooves, but no dice. Finally, we have Sky-byte. Again, straighten the figure out. Take the legs and smush them together. Take the chest, fold that all the way up like that. And then take the arms, point them straight out, and then bring them back along the back of the figure, and they will smush together. And then fold the arms and legs together, and there are slots back here that these pegs will peg into. These alt modes are okay. Given they're only $9 figures, geez, only $9 figures. That really feels bad coming out of my mouth. Given that they're only $9 figures, they're not the best in the world. They, at a higher price point, I think they could be better. Prime's truck mode is perfectly passable until you look at the back and realize it's just a hollow bed back here. I hate this. I utterly hate this. How much would it have cost them to add a bit of plastic here to make it like a flat bed? I mean, seriously? Just from the back, it looks awful. Even from the sides, it doesn't look that good. There's nothing covering it up here. It doesn't look quite like it does in the show, which is a bummer. Snarl's fine. I actually don't have a problem with the Beast ones. Snarl looks okay. Would have loved to have been able to somehow hide the fists a little better. I would have really liked that, but Snarl itself, perfectly fine. I actually like Megatron a lot. I think this one is my favorite. I love the color scheme and the gold, the dark, dark, dark blue, the red eyes. It works well. Again, same thing with Snarl. Would have loved to have been able to hide the fists, but oh well. And it just looks so weird with the legs this way because it looks like the hooves are pointing backwards for the bull mode. I know this little piece right here is supposed to be the hoof, but it just doesn't look right. And then there is Sky-byte. I love the shark car mode. It really does remind me of something from Hot Wheels, but my big problem with it is the claw. The transformation is a little bit annoying, so it looks like you're supposed to go flush and keep everything flush. What I found out I had to do is push the hips down, make sure the claw is pointed with one piece pointing straight down, because that slides in between the feet, and then push the thighs up so the back of the yellow thighs go into these little slots here, and then everything else will line up. Otherwise, things don't line up and he doesn't hold well together well at all. And just an FYI, there is barely enough clearance between the bottom of the wheel and the foot. I'm not sure how well that's coming across on camera. When you have the figure transformed correctly, there is like a millimeter, if you're lucky. I mean, it is scraping against my little backdrop here, but if this was a flat surface, like a hard surface, like wood, it wouldn't be scraping. It would be like a millimeter worth of clearance. I really wish they allowed you to have a joint so you could fold up those feet. Overall, these guys are okay. They're not going to win any prizes. They're not the greatest toys in the world. They are fun, though. I can't deny that they aren't fun. And they do have a little bit of a auto-transforming gimmick to them. Not the worst thing in the world. They're cute. I do like them. My problem is, these feel cheap. These feel like dollar store Transformers. I cannot remember the name of the subline, the Forever subline, or whatever that thing was called, that was in dollar stores and that sort of thing. They feel like those, but slightly cheaper, if that's even possible. I know that sounds exceptionally weird, but that's what they feel like to me. They're not bad. They are not bad, but for what they are, for the price, these are like $5 toys, not $10 figures. And it's really weird. We've got Cyberworld, which seems to have a ton of production value behind it, yet the toys are mid. And then you've got Wild Kings out of Japan, which the show is god-awful. But the toys' quality seems to be really high, which is just strange. Now, I have not been able to get any of the Wild King figures. I just have not been able to find them anywhere that are still selling, Prime and Megatron. So if you know anywhere, let me know. That's for a reasonable price, not highway robbery. Otherwise, Cyberworld, show's great. I'm really loving the show. I just wish the toys were a little bit better. All right, folks, let me know what you think of these figures down in the comments. Thank you all for watching. I have been Matrix, and hope you all have a wonderful day.